welcome. You're watching the Newshour Agenda. I'm Padmaja Joshi. The war of narrative sparked by the film The Kerala Story continues. The quality of the film will be judged by the viewers in the theatres if they are allowed to watch it and the film is not banned before. But meanwhile, there has been a flummoxing attempt to try and dismiss the story itself as mere propaganda and spin doctoring by the BJP or the right-wing agenda in the country. The story of Kerala facing a problem of Islamic radicalization and indoctrination linked to the Islamic State is being called as nothing more than lies. Some people say that this story is Islamophobic. Some say it's an attempt to defame the state of Kerala. Now, no one can take away what Kerala has achieved in terms of its GDP or in terms of its literacy or infant mortality. But can the two issues be mutually exclusive? Can the issue of recruitment by the Islamic State and radicalization of men and women simply be brushed off as the figment of a filmmaker's imagination while we are drawn into a pointless debate about whether the film depicts the story of 32,000 women or 3 women? So, let's step back from the film for a second and take a look at data. Radicalization in Kerala is not a problem for women alone. The film may be a fictionalized account of what the larger malaise in the state is. In a report prepared by the Observer Research Foundation, based purely on government data and reports, the paper titled "The Islamic State in India's Kerala, a Primer" says the following. Kerala as of 2019 has the highest number of pro-IS cases in India. Of the cases related to Islamic State between 2014 and 2018, 25% came from Kerala alone. Pro-Islamic State cases include those who are inclined to join the caliphate. The highest number in Kerala come from Kannur, then Mallapuram and then Kasaragod. So the question is, if all of this is documented in government data, can these facts be dismissed as propaganda based on what is shown in the film? First, testimonies of real-life victims were ignored, but can NIA reports be ignored as well? And if that happens, will India be ignoring the real Kerala story at its own peril?
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Tomadakar, national spokesperson of the BJP, joins us along with Subuhi Khan, activist, advocate Talha Ahmed Rashadi, member of the Rashtriya Ulema Council, and we're also joined by Saira Shah Halim, activist. Let me actually start with you, Mr. Rashadi. I am quoting to you, this is not about a film, this is not about any women shown in the film 32,003. I am talking about a report that has been prepared on the basis of NIA data. Here's what the report says. The report says, the number of pro-Islamic state cases reported in India from 2014 to 2018 is between 180 to 200. This paper defines pro-IS cases to include sharing and propagating of IS propaganda online, attempting to travel to West Asia with the aim of joining the caliphate, and in fact joining the caliphate or working for its goals. The Indian Home Ministry puts the number at 155. This is NIA data that 25% of people from India either propagating Islamic State literature or traveling to join the caliphate come from the state of Kerala. Mr. Rashadi. You're muted, sir. Can you please unmute and talk?
25%, are you sure?
Yes, 100.
Is it 25%?
I am 100% sure because this report says it. 25% people who are found to have shared pro-Islamic State data or to have made attempts to travel out of the country to join the caliphate or were propagating the ideology of IS, 25% of those cases come from Kerala. The data is on your screen.
25% of the cases come from the Kerala.
Sorry?
Okay, now that should be defended by the Kerala government. They should give an answer to that. why is the 25% of the data coming from Kerala? Now, what I can talk about is the Kerala story, the movie that I can talk about. I cannot defend why is the data coming from Kerala 25% of the whole country. That should be defended by the Kerala government, and you should ask the question to them. Now, we are talking about the Kerala story. That movie is a complete propaganda-based movie. If we are talking about freedom of speech and freedom of expression and fundamental rights...
I am asking you, how can it be propaganda if facts show that people from Kerala, and now we are going beyond. See, this is what happens. We are sitting here talking about, oh, Shalini Unni Krishnan nahi hai, wo koi aur hai, there are 32,000, there are 3 people. I am going to name you actual human beings, not anyone who's in a film. Actual human beings, these are people documented in NIA reports who come from Kerala and were found to be working for Islamic State. Let me name you those people. Habib Rahman, status arrested, geography Kerala. Muhadis, status under investigation, geography Mallapuram Kerala. Ashraf Maulvi, status under investigation, geography Mallapuram Kerala. Shahanad, under investigation, geography Kannur Kerala. Manzoor, under investigation, geography Mallapuram Kerala. Mansoor, Shaibu Nihar, Fajid, Safir, Nashidul Hamzafar.
Okay.
These are all people who in the NIA records come from Kerala and are working for the Islamic State.
Yeah, they may be working. Now the question that you should ask is, the question should be asked to the Home Ministry. What action have they taken? Instead of the Prime Minister of the country endorsing a propaganda movie, promoting a propaganda movie, you should ask the Prime Minister, you should ask the Home Minister, you should ask the NIA, you should ask the intelligence what actions have been taken.
They are arrested.
Now let me
They are arrested. That's why the NIA has their details.
At least let me speak. Let me complete.
Mr. Rashadi, you are calling something a propaganda when I am telling you names of people arrested. Arrested for working for the Islamic State. You are saying, but ye picture propaganda hai.
I do understand that. Now, what I am asking you is that what actions have been taken to reduce the numbers? What actions have been taken to de-radicalize the Kerala people? If 25% of the volume is coming from Kerala.
So you agree that there is radicalization? If you are now asking what steps are taken to de-radicalize, means you agree there is radicalization.
Would you allow me to speak? 150.
सर चित भी मेरी पट भी मेरी तो नहीं हो सकती. अब मैं आपको डेटा बता रही हूँ कि रेडिकलाइजेशन हो रहा है. आप कह रहे सरकार क्या कर रही है डी रेडिकलाइजेशन के लिए?
एक्शन लेगी ना, सरकार ही करेगी ना डी रेडिकलाइजेशन.
करेक्ट.
कौन करेगा?
तो हम मान रहे हैं ना डी रेडिकलाइजेशन हो रहा है केरला में. हम मान रहे हैं ना रेडिकलाइजेशन हो रहा है. मिस्टर रशादी, we are accepting there is radicalization.
He should tell us what action has the government taken. Now let me give you a data. Give me 10 seconds.
Are we accepting there is radicalization first? Yes or no?
155 Indians were linked to ISI, says the Union Ministry. 4,000 militants joined ISI from across 110 nations and 5,000 were women, says United Nations. The 32,000 number, which has created a propaganda, which has created a uproar in the country, why don't you question the director of the movie and the producers of the movie? Now let me quote one more thing. The director and the team, the whole team of the movie in the Kerala High Court has clearly mentioned that this film is a specific work of, this film is a fictionalized and is a dramatized.
Sir, let us not hide behind the film. I am giving you real life data and asking you a simple question. I want to bring in Subuhi Khan also. Before that, Mr. Rashadi, answer my one question. Because the film is a work of fiction. This is real life cases. My question to you is very simple, sir. Are you accepting then that there is radicalization happening in Kerala, yes or no?
Radicalization is happening throughout the country. The right wings are radicalizing their cadres, and there are certain people who are radicalizing in the name of Islam. Yes, radicalization is happening in the country. You should also accept it. I am also
then how is it propaganda? ये जबरदस्ती का right wing equivalence aside, if you are accepting there is radicalization, then how is it propaganda? A fictional depiction.
Killed in the name of Dharm. Why people being killed with a certain specific nara?
Okay, Subuhi Khan.
A certain cry. Isn't that radicalization?
Subui Khan, if radicalization is a reality, then how is the film based on that radicalization propaganda? Subui Khan.
Yes. Padmaja, first of all, I want to tell this gentleman, or rather ask him or request him, let's not make Sarkar or political parties larger than life. We are not here to talk just about the movie, but we are sitting here to talk about a problem which is eating away our country from inside. We are just talking about one state. We are not talking about what is happening in the entire country. And please don't invalidate the pain of thousands and thousands of girls. First of all, let me reiterate that this is not a subject that has been brought by Bharatiya Janata Party. The term love jihad was first introduced by Kerala Bishop Council when they found out that many Christian girls were being converted to Islam and were being sent to Islamic State. And let me give one very important example here, Padmaja. I really appreciate the content of the NIA report which you have discussed with the audience, which was very, very important to do right now. I want to give another example here. We all know the case of Nimisha, who became Fatima, became a Fidain and joined ISIS. This matter was highlighted and was investigated by NIA. What was the finding of NIA in this case? I want to share. Nimisha met a person named Bexon Vincent, who was earlier a Christian but now a Muslim, because he was influenced by a man called Rizwan Khan, who himself was influenced by Zakir Naik. After meeting Rizwan Khan, Bexon Vincent became a Muslim, and after meeting Nimisha, he made Nimisha a Muslim and made her Fatima. Bexon Vincent's younger brother got involved with Marin Jacob and made her Maryam, got her converted to Islam and gave her the name of Maryam. In the same group, Sonia Sebastian was converted and she was named Aisha. NIA's report says that in total 21 people were converted to Islam and had joined ISIS together. In just one case, 21 people joined ISIS. Are you trying to say that this is not reality? Are you trying to say that this is propaganda? Or are you trying to say that this does not exist? My question to you is, do you even acknowledge that love jihad exists, or you are denying it completely?
Saira Shah Halim.
See, firstly, the term love jihad itself is a concept which is a total based on falsification of news to demonize a community. Not only are they attacking interpersonal communal marriages, they are also attacking personal friendships. So it is a coinage that has been ideated by the right-wing radicals in India. And as a co-panelist said, yes, radicalization is happening, but it is happening across India. So it's not just Kerala that you're talking about. This is to defame Kerala, because here it is really clearly said. You know, the movie claimed that 32,000 girls have been converted and buried in the deserts of Syria and Yemen, and a deadly game is being played to convert normal girls into dreaded terrorists in Kerala.
How is it defaming Kerala?
This evidence.
How is it defaming Kerala?
Yes, they are trying to defame Kerala because it's one of the most progressive states, and everybody lives in harmony.
One thing here.
I mean, there is
yes, it is progressive. Yes, it is progressive, but radicalization is also happening. And let me quote to you once more. Hold on a second. While we are obsessing about one film and what that film is saying, hold on a second. If you think Kerala is being defamed, Saira Shah Halim, let me tell you actually what happened in 2016. In 2016, seeing an increasing number of pro-Islamic state cases coming from Kerala, specifically the northern belt of the state, law enforcement agencies launched Operation Pigeon. It was a de-radicalization drive aimed at strategic intervention in an individual's movement from thought to action of pro-IS ideology. Social media was used to monitor youth from certain identified regions of the state and the content that they shared on these platforms. 2016, who was the chief minister? Was it Yogi Adityanath? Was it Narendra Modi? Was it somebody from BJP? Umen Chandi of the Congress was the chief minister of Kerala when Operation Pigeon was launched in the state to keep an eye on what youth in northern Kerala were doing online. This is documented. So unless Umen Chandy was trying to defame Kerala by launching Operation Pigeon, I don't know what the idea of, defaming Kerala by talking about Islamic State is.
You know, Padmaja, it's so fascinating that just after the Kashmir file follows another propaganda film called the Kerala Story, and this film claims to show the real story, of so-called victimization of these girls, and without a single shred of evidence, they are spreading fake propaganda. And
ma'am, if it is propaganda, it must be fake. If no radicalization took place in Kerala, why did the government launch an operation to keep track of how people are being forced into Islamic State literature? If it is propaganda, then why was Operation Pigeon done in 2016? Simple question.
Okay, let me say, as it is in Maharashtra, we have seen after the movie has got released how there have been incidents of violence. 100 people have been arrested in Maharashtra, and after one person has died and 8 others were injured in a communal flare-up. Now tell me, does that normally happen when a film is released? Obviously it was made keeping to flare up communal passions in the country.
Ma'am, honestly, Kerala, there will be useful idiots everywhere. Now this is as silly as saying, because a bunch of people came out and protested against Padmavat is propaganda and Padmavat should be banned. There will be a bunch of people, useful idiots, who will be provoked or angry or outraged about everything. But that does not mean that the piece of fiction becomes propaganda and it should be banned. This is an extremely strange argument that, oh, so-and-so got violent, so let's ban this film. Catch hold of people who are violent, don't ban the film.
Okay, those filmmakers have come up with these. Okay, so what I'm saying is, the filmmakers have come up with these 26 girls. Now tell me, where were these 26 girls all along? And suddenly when the film is being released in UK, suddenly they're saying this is A, B, C, D.
Actually, one of those girls wrote a book in 2013. Its English translation is available in the market. 10 years ago, one of those girls wrote a book about how there was an attempt to convert her. We can send you a copy of her book written 10 years ago.
So you mean to say 26 equals to 32,000. Oh, that's a fantastic, number. And I just love the exaggeration here, because here this is to stigmatize Kerala, which has the highest levels of literacy and life expectancy. And we know that this is ruled by a very progressive left-front government, secular government, which
what does life expectancy have to do with radicalization? You'll just be a radical who live longer.
To dominate.
What does life expectancy have to do with whether or not you can get radicalized, ma'am?
It challenges the far right in India. The Kerala government is challenging the far right in India, and that is what they.
I mean, honestly, ma'am, this is as strange an argument as saying, X state has largest number of people with black hair. Hence, how can they be radicalized? Because the two are not connected. Anyway, Tom Vadakkan, you come from the state. One is the charge, hugely inflated data. NIA also just says there have been about 400-500 cases. Then you're talking about 30,000. Film also came down to 3. So one was, why were the numbers inflated? Were they done at your instance? And second is, such a literate state, how can you suggest it's radicalized?
Then you're talking about 30,000. Film also came down to 3.
Mr. Vadakkan, I think you got your audio on. Alright, we'll try and fix the audio of Mr. Vadakkan in just a bit. Let me go across to Kaleemul Hafeez. आपको ये सारे examples दिए हुए हैं Kaleemul Hafeez साहब. When we were talking about the NIA data कहता है कि कन्नूर में Kerala, and this is all documented, कन्नूर में सबसे ज़्यादा लोग identify किए गए for pro-Islamic state inclination. 118 people were identified in Kannur, 89 in Malappuram, 66 in Kasargod. In total, 350 individuals were identified and approached by police with the help of local community members, including religious leaders, to deter them from following the path of the IS. This number is higher than what other states reported across India. Thing is very simple. आप फिल्म में फंस जाने की जगह आप larger picture देखिए कि एक problem है. Address the problem instead of getting stuck in hair splitting. Kaleemul Hafeez.
देखिए मैडम, अब से 100 बरस पहले हिटलर के जमाने में भी इस तरह की प्रोपेगेंडा फिल्म बनती थी, और हिटलर या उनका प्रधानमंत्री से लेके उनका मीडिया इसी तरह से प्रोपेगेंडा करता था जैसे आज हमारा इंडिया का मीडिया प्रोपेगेंडा कर रहा है। कश्मीर फाइल्स के बाद अब उसको ये केरला स्टोरी मिली है, और हैरानी की बात ये बैकफायर कर गई है। ये जिस मकसद से फिल्म बनाई गई थी, कर्नाटक के लोगों ने रिजेक्ट कर दिया बीजेपी को, राइट विंगर्स को। अब आइए बात आंकड़ों की। अभी मनीष भल्ला की एक किताब है, मनीषा भल्ला की, बाइज्जत बरी। आप उसमें पढ़िए किस तरह से लोग बाइज्जत बरी हुए हैं, और इस एनआईए ने और हमारी जो एजेंसीज ने कैसे बेगुनाहों को फंसा के, और ऐसे हजारों लाखों यूथ हिंदुस्तान की जेलों में बंद है इसी तरह के झूठे इल्जामों में। तो इसलिए आप, ये एक पूरा जुडिशियल प्रोसेस है, और उसका जो आउटकम आता है वो दिल दहलाने वाला है। नौजवान 20-20 साल, 25-25 साल, 15-15 साल अपनी जवानी जेलों में गुजारकर बाहर आते हैं। तो इसलिए मेरा कहना यह है कि रेडिकलाइजेशन जरूर है, लेकिन रेडिकलाइजेशन सब तरफ है। जब धर्म संसद होती है, जब भारतीय जनता पार्टी जो रूलिंग है उसका एमपी कहता है कि छुरियां तेज करा लो, एक एमपी कहता है कि इनके हाथ काट दो, एक एमपी कहता है इनका बाइकाट करो, तो ये रेडिकलाइजेशन नहीं है तो क्या है? और सब राइट विंगर कर रहे हैं।
उसमें फर्क ये है कि कोई एक आदमी होगा जो कि हेट स्पीच देता है और राइटली ही शुड बी सेंट इनटू जेल। दूसरा आदमी वो है जो ऑनलाइन बैठ के इस्लामिक स्टेट का प्रोपेगेंडा देखता है, फिर सीरिया जाता है, एक लड़की को यहां से भगा करके उसको आइसिस ब्राइड बनाता है, और अब वो अफगानिस्तान में बैठे हैं वेटिंग टू कम बैक। दैट इज द डिफरेंस। द डिफरेंस इज बिटवीन एन इडियट मेकिंग अ हेट स्पीच and on the other a person who's actually going out fighting in Syria for the Islamic State and killing people. There is no comparison between the two.
देखिए यशवंत शिंदे ने बम ब्लास्ट किया था, जो उसने कोर्ट में एफिडेविट दिया है, जो आरएसएस का 25 साल वर्कर था। वो, मैं सिर्फ आपको हेट स्पीच की बात नहीं करी, मैंने बम ब्लास्ट करने वाले की बात की। समझौता ब्लास्ट में किस किस के नाम आए, कौन कौन पकड़ा गया, खुद इनकी जो एक एमपी हैं वो आज भी आतंक के उसमें मुलजिम हैं। अब आइए बात, जो आईएसआईएस के लोग जो अफगानिस्तान में बैठे हुए हैं,
4
लड़कियों में 2 मुस्लिम थी, एक क्रिश्चियन से इस्लाम हुई है और एक हिंदू से उसने इस्लाम इसका एक्सेप्ट किया है। आपने इस केरला स्टोरी की जो हवा निकाली है वो ध्रुव राठी ने निकाली है। वो उसका वीडियो वीलॉग्स देखिए आप, आपके आंखें खुल जाएंगी और मीडिया की भी धज्जियां उड़ जाएंगी। जिस तरीके से इसको प्रोपेगेट किया जा रहा है फिल्म को, ये सरासर
सर, किसी का हमें देखने की जरूरत नहीं है जब एक्चुअल आंकड़े हमारे सामने हैं। सुबुई खान, radicalization is happening all throughout. If somebody is making a Kerala story, they should make a Sangh story also. कलीमुल हाफिज कह रहे हैं कि वो भी तो रेडिकलाइज कर रहे हैं, वो भी धमाके कर रहे हैं, वो भी समझौता कर रहे हैं। सुबुई खान
जी। See, Padmaja, there is a pattern which we need to see. We all know that Islam is misused. I will repeat, Islam is misused to radicalize people, make them separatist, extremist, terrorist in this sequence to realize the dream of Islamic State. And if anybody tries to break that pattern, or if anybody tries to expose this propaganda or this organized crime which is happening throughout the world, they are blamed back. They are called Islamophobic, they are called bigots, haters, and what not. So this is a pattern which we see almost every day. I want to make a more important point here. They were talking about numbers. If one Muslim boy is even beaten, अगर 2 थप्पड़ भी लग जाए एक मुसलमान बच्चे को गौरक्षकों द्वारा, तो भारत को लिंचिस्तान बोल देते हैं ये लोग। 135 करोड़ लोगों में एक मुसलमान बच्चा भी अगर पिट भी जाता है तो भारत लिंचिस्तान हो जाता है। एंड हियर hundreds and thousands of Hindu girls are being converted, are being turned into sex slaves and sent to ISIS, Islamic State, and love jihad is a propaganda for them. This is the hypocrisy. This is the double standards that they show every day on national media.
Okay, I don't know if it should be called love jihad,
yes, one last
we
point
are
I want to
limiting
make,
ourselves
Padmaja,
to the issue of radicalization and conversion. And as far as that is called a right-wing propaganda, let me tell you, of all the men and women who have been radicalized and left India to join the Islamic State, do you know who's the #1 partner of India in bringing these people back? Those countries are United Arab Emirates. In fact, between 2017 and 2019, maximum number of people who had left Kerala to go into the Middle East have been brought back from Abu Dhabi and Riyadh. These are the places that have been number one in helping India bring back people from Kerala who were radicalized and who left. Now, whose propaganda is the UAE doing? I'll leave it to your wisdom. Thanks very much, both gentlemen, Subuhi Khan and Saira Shahaleen, for joining us.